Okay.
Math 7 students, it is time for you to learn about the distributive property. We're going to talk about it right now. The distributive property. Okay, you guys already know about the order of operations.
Yes, sir.
And where you do parentheses first, things that are in grouping symbols first, right? So if you look at a problem like this, and you say 3 times 6 plus 2, what would you do first?
What's in the parentheses?
What's in the parentheses? Thank you for speaking clearly. Okay, so in the parentheses, we're going to do 6 plus 2, and that's going to be 8. And then that becomes 3 times 8, which is 24. Okay? So, I'm going to introduce a concept to you that you will use the rest of your way through math, through pre-algebra, through algebra, and that is the idea of a variable. Okay, a variable is a number. You might not be able to see that on the video. Is a number, or is a letter, sorry.
Oh, yeah.
This pen's going in the garbage. Is a letter that represents a number.
I love variables.
I hate variables. Me too.
Okay? So the reason why it's called a variable is because it varies. Okay, what does the word vary mean?
It means that it changes.
It changes, yeah. So this letter represents a number that can change. So if I rewrite this using a variable, okay, and I say if I have 3 times a plus 2, okay, now if you try to add what's inside the parentheses, does it work anymore?
No.
No, you can't add what's in the parentheses. Okay? So, one technique that we use to simplify this is the distributive property. And what that means is that we're going to multiply the 3 to the a, and we're going to multiply the 3 to the 2. Okay, do you have a question?
Yeah, so you mean that first you're gonna do 3 times a, then 3 times 2, or?
We're going to do 3 times a, and then 3 times 2. And this is what it's going to look like. I like to draw arrows because it helps me remember what I've already done. Okay? So I say 3 times a is
3A?
3a. Yeah, 3 times a. So it means I have 3 a's. Okay? Plus, because we have a plus sign right there, 3 times 2, which is 6. So now I have 3a plus 6 is my simplified form of this. Okay? Now, what if I say that a is equal to 6? Now I have 3 times 6 plus 6, which is 18, plus 6, which is
24.
24. Okay? Which is the same thing that we had over here. Now, a, we could change a to be anything, but what is always going to stay the same is this pattern. 3 times a and 3 times 2. Since there's a plus sign in the middle, we're going to do the plus sign there. Okay? Let's do one more example. And I'm just going to write it this way, and we'll use the distributive property and the order of operations to solve and make sure that it works for the same thing. And we get, what I mean to say is that we get the same answer. Okay, what if we have 7? Somebody give me a number.
Oh, 4.
4. Minus, we'll do minus this time. 6.
Dang it.
Okay? So we've got 7 times 4 minus 6. let's distribute. Draw the arrow. 7 times 4 is?
7 times 4, that is... that's not my question, but how would you know that it's 7 times 4?
How would I know that it's 7 times 4?
Yeah.
That's a really good question. The question is, how do I know that this is 7 times 4? Okay? Would you agree that that is 7 times 4?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay?
No.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay? This is another way to write 7 times 4. This is the same thing, just we have more inside of the parentheses than just the 4.
Oh.
Does that make sense? Okay. Now, 7 times 4 is
27. Wait, no.
close.
28.
28. Okay, so we've got 7 times 4, which is 28, and minus, and we draw the other arrow, and we have 7 times 6, which is, this is a harder one.
Isn't it 42?
I don't know, is it?
Yes.
Yeah.
42.
Because 6 comes in. 42 is 48.
Is the answer to...
Okay, so is our answer going to be positive or negative?
Negative.
Our answer is going to be negative. 28 minus 42, does somebody have that?
Would we have to, would we have to somehow add another zero or something like that just to make it negative?
Well, there's a couple things we can do. We can subtract these two numbers. 42 minus 28. Borrow there, that's 4. And 2 minus 3, so what's left is 14. So if what's left is 14, is that positive or negative?
Negative.
This is going to be negative because this is the bigger number. So negative 14 is the answer. And that's the way to use the distributive property. Okay? Now, let's do this.
Class is almost ending.
And we'll use the order of operations in the last minute of class.
Yay!
4 minus 6 is
Negative 2?
negative 2. And 7 times negative 2 is
Negative 14.
same answer? Okay? So, if you have a problem like this, and you have these numbers, and you have 2 numbers inside the parentheses, you can do it either way. Okay? But if you have a variable inside of the parentheses, you have to do the distributive property. That's the